Levitt Quinn is a family law center that provides legal services to folks who can't afford to go to private attorneys.
The typical person that comes to Levitt Quinn is a hard-working person earning from minimum wage to maybe $12 or $15 an hour. Typically it's a family with children that are involved, and they're involved in a separation. Most people that come in are in a very emotional state, distressed by what is happening with their family, unprepared to deal with the situation, and typically very frustrated with the court system and how to get through it alone.
I can see how a lot of fathers can just give in and say, you know what, I can't do it no more. And they just lose their rights, and they just lose all hope and faith in the judicial system.
We get referrals from all of the other agencies because we are the place of last resort. If we can't help them, they have no place else to go.
Antes de llegar a Levitt Quinn, fui con notarios a que me llenaran papeles que me habían dado para llenar formas, y pues unos me aconsejaban una cosa, otros otra. Hablé con abogados, me cobraban demasiado, que es cuando casi me decidí que iba a parar, que no lo iba a seguir porque la economía no me iba a ayudar.
The center was founded by 3 volunteers, Ethel Levitt, Grace Quinn, and Ziva Nauman, who used their own money to start a storefront organization, which has now grown into a much larger organization.
I was in charge of volunteers at Legal Aid when Ethel Levitt showed up one day to volunteer. She became an unpaid full-time attorney at Legal Aid.
I went to a United Way luncheon, right, where Ethel was being honored for her volunteering. And I sat at the same table.
And recruited her.
But they could use volunteer attorney when I helped them. I said yes.
When Reagan came in, one of the first acts was cutting Legal Services Corporation's funding, and Legal Aid was hit hard and made a decision to close the family law section. The morning that we all got the notices, Ethel came into my office and with her cane knocked on my desk and said to me, "Ziva, what am I going to do with the rest of my life?" I immediately said to her, "Listen, we can open an office and continue with it." And she absolutely sparkled. The thought was, we'll finish the cases, maybe take a few more of poor people, but never expected it to grow.
We've progressed down through the years to become the full-service agency that we are now. We own our own building. It's a wonderful, appropriate building for our work, which is very close to the courthouse so that our attorneys can go back and forth to court easily.
Grace made the effort to come when they rededicated the building to me. Grace insisted on coming, and shortly thereafter she died. I miss both Ethel and Grace very much. I'm sure that they'll be very happy that the place functions and continues helping people that need it.
The legal community has been very supportive to our work, and we would not be able to do the work that we do without them.
Our children and my son, they're our driving force, and I feel that I got to fight on, and I was almost to that breaking point to where I possibly might have contemplated just throwing in the towel, but fortunately I found Levitt Quinn.
Michael Batista came to us asking us for help with the guardianship case.
I knew I needed some type of professional help because I tried going at it alone in the beginning, but as things started to unfold, it became more and more difficult.
My client found himself in a courtroom when the other side was represented. He didn't understand the legal process. He didn't know what to do, and he was about to lose his son.
It wasn't a thing of I wanted to fight to take him away or none of that stuff. I just wanted, on the real, when I first started this, all I was asking for was every other weekend.
In the end, the court ruled that it was in his son's best interest that the boy go to live with Michael, and that's where he is today.
I've always been there. I mean, I'm not a type of father who's not there, who don't want to be there. It's just truly these people were keeping him from me.
We prepared a series of documents for him. His declaration had 20 exhibits. My client had so much information to show why the minor should be living with him and not with anyone else. And he just didn't know how to organize it, and he didn't know how to present it to the court.
She pointed me in the right directions on many occasions, on things that I wasn't even aware of. I mean, I did some of the legwork, which I was more than happy to do so, but she was really my driving force.
I'm really proud of him because as he's gone through this process, he's done what he's needed to do to help himself.
What I've accomplished in the past year and a half is almost unheard of. All right.
Michael's thrilled. And frankly, as his attorney, I'm thrilled for him too.
I feel me and Levitt Quinn together got me to where we're at today. I mean, I couldn't do it without Levitt Quinn.
The Mandujano case is about 5 children that were left behind after their mother had passed away. Their father simply picked up the 5 children and dropped them off with the Mandujano family here in Los Angeles and said he was unable to care for them alone.
Sin la ayuda de mi hermano, sin el apoyo de él, mi vida cambió demasiado para poderlos ayudar.
I think the biggest concern for the Mandujano family was keeping these children together after the passing of their mother. And unfortunately, they got bad legal advice and were told they would have to split up the children.
De los niños de que quizás el gobierno se los hubiera recogido, ahorita estuvieran en casas de cuidado, no sé qué hubiera pasado con ellos.
They came to our office, and Levitt Quinn amended all their petitions to make sure that all children were in the same family. We assisted them in terminating the parental rights of the birth father that remained behind and in finalizing the adoptions for all 5 children.
Your last name is? Everybody say it once. What's your new last name? Congratulations.
This is a prime example of a case where clients were led astray by wrong legal advice from people who were not even attorneys. And had it not been for Levitt Quinn Family Law Center, this would have been 5 children divided among 4 separate families after losing their mother, and it would have been an extremely difficult situation for the family.
Estoy bien agradecida porque tienen mejor futuro y ya somos más calmados.
One of our goals is to keep the legacy going that was started by our 3 founders. So we have really come a long way, and it's due to the participation of many, many, many wonderful community-minded people. Our staff of lawyers and legal assistants are here because they're dedicated to public interest work.
Working with the people who come and request services at Levitt Quinn is a really personal experience. It means that people who come in and ask us for help with designing a parenting plan or figuring out how to be the best parent they can be so that they can get the results they want in court, that's personal. It's not just a job.
Our contributors are extraordinarily important. Our fees cover less than 50% of our operating budget, and some of that comes from grants. The majority of it does come from corporate and individual donations.
My hope for the future of Levitt Quinn Family Law Center is to be able to expand and assist even more people in all areas of family law and adoptions.
More than 70% of folks who go to family law court are not able to hire an attorney. We could help people in all corners of LA County and beyond if we had the resources to do that. Your donation can provide the help that a family needs to put their lives back together again. Your $50, $100, $1,000 can help a family to move on with their lives, to help children be safe and protected and supported. Please join with us in providing support for this important work.
Levitt Quinn, transforming lives.